Hey cousins, happy Thursday and welcome to Lunch and Learn with Jasma. Now, of course, I am not Jasma, but she is waiting on backstage to teach to you today. And I'm so excited. This is her first time teaching, and I am excited that God has given her a word just for you on this good Thursday afternoon. So do me a favor, give her some hearts and some likes, encourage her in the comments. Go ahead and tag any of our cousins that are normally here for our Lunch and Learn that you don't see. Tag them so that they can participate and so that they can receive directly from the mouth of God today. I love you most much, cousins. And here's Jasma. Hey, Jazzy, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right. Hey there, cousins. Thank you so very much for checking in today with me. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So today I'm going to be teaching on problems versus predicaments. And so when you think of a problem, it's defined as an issue or a situation which has a solution. And it's something that needs to be dealt with. And so an example of this would be if you're, say, for example, you're at work and you decide to go home for lunch. You get home and you realize that you don't have your keys to your house. So, I mean, that's a problem for most of us. That would be inconvenience. We either then have to go grab some fast food from somewhere, or we'll call our significant other, ask them to meet us. Perhaps even perhaps you have a secret hiding place where you keep your secondary key. Maybe a neighbor has a key. You might have to call a locksmith. Or if you're from the country, you probably left your window unlocked so you can climb through it in cases like this. So how much of an inconvenience is going to be will vary between everyone. But the point is there's a solution. There's a foreseeable solution to this that's pretty much in your hands. Now, remember, a problem is defined as an issue or situation where there's a solution. And so if there's nothing that you can do about it, then it's no longer a situation. It's no longer a problem. It is a predicament. And when you're in a predicament, you must endure it. There isn't a clear, foreseeable solution. And unlike a problem where something needs to be dealt with, in a predicament, you need to be dealt with. And so sometimes a predicament will look like a storm or a season that we're going through. And this is when it's of utmost importance to spend a lot of time with God and to be quiet and to be obedient and to surrender to Him and just be really acceptant of the place that you're in. When you decide to try to fix it on your own, or you think it's a problem, that's when you end up running around with like a chicken with your head cut off and wondering why you're not getting anywhere. It's because you're confused the two. And so that's why you have to ask for discernment from God and say, ask Him, is this a problem or is this a predicament? And that's why it's so important to know the difference between the two. And you have to wait on instructions during this time as well. Things are really out of your hands. So just to go back through, I'm going to define the two again. So a problem is defined as an issue or situation which has a solution and there is something needing to be dealt with. A predicament is something that you don't have a solution to and that you must endure it and you're needing to be dealt with. There's a huge difference. Number two, you have to discern and know which one you're in. If it's a simple problem, you can waste a lot of time thinking it's a storm or predicament when God has already given you the keys and the solution, the problem, and it's right there and you just need to do it. You'll waste a lot of time. God, what's going on here? He's already given you what you need and what it is. And vice versa. If you're in a predicament and then you're thinking that you can just fix it all on your own and He's giving you everything, no, you have to ask for discernment. You have to say, God, what is it you need me to do in this season? You need to be a little quieter. You need to spend a little bit more time with Him and less talking and more listening to Him. And then 3 is to respond accordingly, which I think I just kind of went over in 2, but be able to act appropriately, take action if it's a problem, and talk to them and spend time with them if it is a predicament. That was extremely short, but that's what I have for today.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Kudos to you, Jasmine. Thank you for stretching, for allowing God to stretch you in this season and for set. Well, my glasses are crooked. This has been a tough day, y'all. Don't judge me. But just being open to being stretched in this season. And I think like what you just said, it was so reminiscent of what I know I have and other cousins have been hearing in the spirit in this season, is that you have absolutely got to identify the difference between a problem and a predicament. Now, I love the way that you phrased it, because I didn't have the language that you use, but it absolutely, excuse my dog, y'all. But it absolutely matters. That is such a good word. You've got to know, like, what is my responsibility and what is it that I need to yield and allow God to do? What is it that God is trying to do? And you even said with the predicament, sometimes the predicament isn't what you need to change. It's what needs to change in you. It's God identifying those areas of your life that you need to grow up in, that you need to change, that you need to shift. And a lot of times, if you're in a predicament and you don't realize that it's you that needs to do the shifting, then you'll waste time and you'll spin your tires and you'll get stuck in that place. And then you'll begin to point fingers at everybody else about what they're doing wrong with the whole time. Okay. Whole time, it's you that needs to change in that moment. It's you that needs to shift in that season. And so it was a very powerful word. And I am extremely proud of you for sharing it with the cousins on today. Thank you so much. In fact, let's go through some of these comments. Neba said, it's good, Jazzy. But you know she was going to say that because she auntie and she love you, girl. Now I'm playing. It was really good. Shalette said it was on point, that you're focusing on discernment. And that's something that we've been talked about. LT said it was short, sweet, to the point, and it was needed, girl. Know that it was needed. Faith says that was the best grace ever. Short and to the point, powerful message in a few words. Powerful woman of a few words. Yes, ma'am. I love it. An answer to a present situation. Thank you. Look at God. Look at God. Jazzy, can you post those 3 points in the group? Please do.
Absolutely.
All right. And now the cousins is just hyping you up, girl, and telling you how awesome you are, how much they love you, and how you did an amazing job. So yeah, I want y'all to remember that, like, for the rest of the day. In fact, I want y'all to pray into that on today. Problem versus predicament. It's a real thing. You've got to know the difference. You've got to know how to discern the difference. Is it something, excuse me, something that you're responsible for, something that you personally need to address? Or is this something that the Father is attempting to change in you and you need to seek his face for instruction and direction on what it is that you need to do? PJ said, you are dope, and you had a whole word. I love that you were you. Absolutely. That is what it's about. Being who God called you to be. You got to be like nobody else but you. All right, cousins. So before we go today, I do want to remind you that we have some free cohorts that are available that you can register for now. We're only taking the first 10 to 15 people, depending on the cohort. And it's going to be first come, first serve. Remember, this is free February. And so all of our cohorts were free this month. Even the P4P cohort was free this month. But you can register for our singles cohort. You can register for the accountability cohort, and or you can register for the identity cohort. You can have an American Bulldog. If you want one, let me know. We can discuss a drop-off place, pick-up place, because, yeah. I love you, ladies. Have an amazing day. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 8:30-ish for Girl Chat with PJ and Latrice. Love you guys.